things. That even mean you touch. Thousands more will stand up, but you will pay, and you will pay dearly. Be clear. I'm saying my own. You don't go high in corner. You go in ghettos and places to say you're having meeting to come attack. You little boy, behave yourself. Your job is to clean our city. You're not even cleaning it well. Behave yourself. On December 17, the people of Liberia, you have made our voices stronger. The people of Liberia will speak, and you will never touch one of them. I dare you. I defy you. I defy the president. You popular. What you scared of? You're doing the right thing. What you scared of? The people say they're tired. A chance to speak to you, you want to intimidate them? We say peaceful rally. You little country, you running all around. The people want protest. The people want to destroy the country. This is a peaceful rally. And it will happen on December 17th. And it will happen outside the Samuel Kanyodo Sports Complex. And people will gather from their homes and walk there peacefully. The duty of this government will be to protect them. You better fulfill your responsibility to the people.
Having been my house, the president went right number of three calls, this and that.
Call you to give your information
to register. My whole house hasn't been counted. The whole thing is bogus. There's nothing going on. Only for you to know. Maybe by the end of January, I don't know, January, maybe they will give you a number. They will come up with a number because all you want to know about the numbers. That's the whole thing about the census. And beside the numbers, demarcations. There are districts that need to be actually break into 2 or even 3 or so. They are yet to be done also. But tomorrow, someone is going to give you a number that this is the population of the Republic of Liberia because that's the report they want to give. But I'm telling you, what we are seeing, they're handling things, and we saw it from afar. We talked about it. We condemned some of the works, and we call them to actually wear the real garments that they need to wear to do this job. They failed to do it. I called over and over again for at least 5 top officials of that institution. When did the government, ever took a decision on that? Until we got to the point where they say, oh yeah. I mean, some of them, they won't they'll say, Mr. Accurate last night also. So for me, I will continue. I'll see it from a distance. I will talk about it. If they see it necessary to make changes, fine. If they don't see it necessary, leave it. We'll continue to go. But the whole NEC, legends, they all don't fit for purpose right now. The job, listen, it is not only intended for a lawyer. Qualification. If somebody, this is where we are now. We just focus on this degree and we don't actually vet the people properly. You say you see now for the past 5 years. If you have so many incompetent individuals who only carry out degrees, titles, if you don't call them doctor, people get angry with it. But at the end of it, they don't even function according to even the very subject they say they got the degree in and what's up. And we hear every time and then they're wasting our time talking about it. And nothing changing. I mean, nothing changing for them. But from bad to worse every time and then. It's all because we have put in the wrong people in the wrong position. Only why? Because it could be due to nepotism also, or people paying for jobs and things, and it will continue with this trend. So many incompetent. The president went right number of three calls, this and that.
Call you to give your information
to register. My whole house hasn't been counted. The whole thing is bogus. There's nothing going on. Only for you to know. Maybe by the end of January, I don't know, January, maybe they will give you a number. They will come up with a number because all you want to know about the numbers. That's the whole thing about the census. And beside the numbers, demarcations. There are districts that need to be actually break into 2 or even 3 or so. They are yet to be done also. But tomorrow, someone is getting more that this is the population of the Republic of Liberia because that's the good want to give. But I'm telling you, what we are seeing, we're handling things, and we saw it from the afar. We talked about it. We condemn some of the works, and we call them to actually wear the real garments that they need to wear to do this job. They failed to do it. I call over and over again, putting for at least 5 top officials of that institution to go. When did the government, ever took a decision on that? Until we got to the point and say, oh yeah. I mean, some of them, they won't come here and say it, but they'll say, oh, we thought we would have listened to, Mr. Taki the last time. So for me, my voice, I will continue. I'll see it from a distance. I will talk about it. If they see it necessary to make changes, fine. If they don't see it necessary, leave it. We'll continue to go. But the whole NEC, legends, they all don't fit for purpose right now. The job, it is not only intended for a lawyer. Qualification. qualification. If somebody, I mean, this is where we are now. We just focus on this degree, and we don't actually vet people properly. You see now, for the past 5 years, if you have so many incompetent individuals who only carry out degrees, if you don't call them doctor, people get angry with it. But at the end of it, they don't even function according to even the very subject they call the degree and whatsoever. And we hear every time and then they're wasting our time talking about it. And nothing changing. I mean, nothing changing for the good. But from bad to worse every time and then. It's all because we have put in the wrong people in the wrong position. Only why? Because it could be due to nepotism also, or people paying for jobs and things. And we continue with this trend.
Okay, get set, ready, go. First and fresh edition of State of the Nation. Good afternoon to you, wherever you are, wherever you are listening from, and also watching. We want to welcome you.
It is time that we shall rise, we shall pursue, we shall overtake, and we shall conquer all of our preferences, and we shall shut them down. The Lord said, the river that don't stop, and the land is rolling in the sea. He's trying to make you now. Shout for the Lord.
Yes, it always promises to be great on State of the Nation. We're going to take you up to 5 o'clock. Tighten your seatbelt. 10 minutes after 3 o'clock. Yes, it's Liberia on the horizon. So because we are a courageous group of people, we say yes, we are on the rising. I don't even know why I listen to. And so sometimes when I watch myself, I be like, what? I'm gonna shake my head. Yes, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's good to be here again. I'm so excited. Yes, because I have the most valuable gift. And yes, serving as conductor in my church yesterday. I told him, I said on Thursday, it was on Thursday, I visited the GFK hospital. Going at the dialysis center, where those who have kidney issues are treated. And then I noticed they start where you have the mall, yeah? And I realized that be grateful for the life you have. I'm not saying you cannot push for the better, right? I'm not saying you can't hope for the best. I am not saying. But people who are in it are those who are also made in the image of God. And on the other side, when you are healthy, moving around, you know, you sometimes you think it's a normal routine. Okay, wake up from bed, get to work, go, have fun time, talk to your friends and family. You think it's a normal routine. And sometimes you don't care to appreciate that. But when I pass over there, they the sense from there will tell you. Maybe the administration, you know, of the GFK needs to work on it. I don't know whether they can, you know, to curtail that or work on it or ensure that place is. Yes, because it's quite disturbing. That's one. You know, health issues, right? But on the other side, when you are out, when you are moving, when you are healthy, when you wake up in the morning, it's a miracle. And then when you have freedom, there are some people who did not commit crime and they are in prison. And even those who committed crimes, they are in prison. Their freedom has been seized. You get money, you can go anywhere. Yeah, you are out and about, moving, doing your normal stuff, and you think it's a normal routine. And you say, "Oh yes, I'm a big girl, I'm a big boy, I'm too much. I know I got power, I got influence, I got money, I got this, you know." But you have to sit down and appreciate God for everything. For your freedom to be seized, your liberty, you find one area, you don't know yourself. I had a friend, I don't know how he used to manage it. He was in Kakata Prison. I'm not going to mention his name. He said the show very used to up. Yes, he said 9 years they sentenced him. Yes, 9 years they sentenced that guy. I haven't seen him before. He knows me, you know, along with Chief Chris, and he will call at times. And I plan to visit them. He brings up some issues I don't want to talk about now. So, like during my investigation. And then he said, 9 years. But they came about the president in December. Yes, former president, yeah. I mean, he got free. Yes, he got free because he already spent 6 years in prison. Imagine that. 6 years of your life, has been just, wasted. Yeah. Six good years of his life. I mean, it was It just went in it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's there. And then when he told me, he said, 9 years, since Magdalene, 9 years. I said, what? And how many years ago? He said 6. 6 years? And when he got free, when he came out of prison, I saw him here, he called me. So, because I was like, what? And then so to them, I don't know how they did it, but I think there are times they gave them, and I don't know, I have no idea on it, but they actually used to call me and confide me, tell me, give me some information. Yes, so on today, we have a jam-packed edition today. We will speak with some of our correspondents. Those that can reach today. We will go to my Gibby. We will go to Tommy. We might go to Bond County. We will not go to Maryland because our Maryland correspondent is still in town. But let's see if he has any information to file in this afternoon. Chief, you can just do it in our chat room. So State of the Nation has a correspondence chat room. We put all of our information right in there. Yes, and then that is it. After we've taken at least 1 or 2 correspondents, then we will bring in the chairman, Department of Forestry of the University of Liberia, Dr. Johnson Gibley, to speak on the nomination or the nominee who was preferred by His Excellency. Because I can see some people are even protesting, and because this man said he has discipline. He's not disciplined in forestry. So yes, and with a little history there about those who served in that position before. So according to research, from 1980 to 1989, the FDA Act was added to when Mr. Samuel or President Samuel Kedo appointed Mr. Shad Kidi. But for 2006, 2012, 2018, there are all those from 2006, 2012, 2018. All of them, according to research, my research that I did, they were all people who did not have or were not professionally qualified to be in the field of forestry. Yes, in the field of forestry. In the field of forestry. To run the FDA. So we were talking with the chairman at the University of Liberia, the chair on forestry at the University of Liberia. We will go to the U.S. and talk to Mr. Gabriel Williams. Mr. Gabriel Williams will be our guest from 4 to 5. And as usual, we'll discuss trending issues, trending national issues, such as tenure and nomination appointments made by the president. So that's our lineup for today. So I have been joined by Joyce Topa, a female journalist from Bone County. And on my left, I got Papa Sangar, who is providing some assistance. And one of the least, one of our students, Daniel Sodi, will be doing history and paper defense today for at least 5 minutes. So that's our lineup, and we're going to have a wonderful time together. Okay, so God bless Liberia. God bless Liberia. So always remains Liberia's best GSM, and we are so proud to be associated with this company. Yeah, so what are you waiting for? Why can you try and get your orange SIM card? And then all of the information that you need to know about what of the offers and everything you need to know, you will get all of the updates. So don't sit there when you are just coming to the country. We'd like to say welcome. And we hope that you try and get your orange SIM card. You can get reach to any one of the POS, that's the point of sale, or the stores. Yes, stores. Just go there and then get your orange SIM card. All right, let's take this one.
We don't want to there's a package for me, there's a package for you, there's a package for everyone. I can reach out and enjoy my
To activate the house, immediately subscribe by $1 gives you 50 minutes of calls, 5 minutes of upload calls, or the same $1 gives you 5 minutes by Snapchat. Valid 24 hours. Enjoy using your best mobile network. Certified plus 6 times visit our website www.orange.com or call 111 for more information.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Fast speaking and fire the speak on their word after you last year. Everyone now support for me and the family.
Get your own internet router from any owner store or POS around the country and enjoy 4 data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1.
We don't worry about this. There's a package for you. There's a package for everyone. Food that I said. I can receive the rest of my money and enjoy everything.
To activate the app, start immediately. Subscribe to My Orange app. $1 gets you 15 minutes off network calls, 5 minutes off network calls, or the same dollar gets you 500 megabytes per data. Valid 24 hours. Enjoy using your best mobile network. Certified by plus second time in a row. Visit our website www.orange.com for more information.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
No need to spend plenty money on traditional septic tank that has a lot of different challenges. Bowel digester septic tank is the best modern solution for all waste management. One bowel digester septic tank can serve you for more than 25 years with no problem. Trinity Construction Company of Africa Incorporated also gave 1 to 2 years period of free maintenance. Additional services include building construction, electrical wiring, plumbing, POPCD infrastructure, and many others. For more details, visit the office Covenant Builders Commission, Kingsville, Liberia, or call 0776 454130, 0776 454130, or 080984569, or you can visit our Facebook page,
Okay, beautiful song done by Eben. Yes, so we are about now to. Yes,
Okay, so this is a get well treat out for my boss, Christopher Kolibasi Afasani. Yes, just to give you update, he's still taking treatment, and I expected him to go to the one. He said he has to rest. The doctors are asking him to rest. Yes, he has to rest, so he's resting, and I think he's still at the clinic, and he will be very soon, very soon. So he has to rest, rest a lot, take treatment, rest a lot. So if you trying to get to him and you know, it's going to bring it and rescue. Okay, so we are trying to. Okay, he's already on. Dr. Justin Gibe, Chairman for Trade Department at the University of Nigeria. Sure, it's going to have you on celebration. Okay, so the recent nomination appointment done by the president has raised serious concern by the members of the Association of the Forestry Association. Those members of the Forestry Association, let me put it that way. And I asked you earlier, yes, are you a member of that association? And you said yes. So tell me, why are you among those who are disenchanted about the preferment or the domination done by His Excellency?
Absolutely, I'm disappointed to see the president. Yeah, I'm disappointed to see the president making having made such an appointment with somebody who absolutely has no background in forestry.
absolutely no background in forestry.
Forestry. I mean, yesterday I read something where online where they said, "Who is Mr. Rudolph Mirage?" And he gives you the profile. And how can you give a profile of someone then you don't give his academic background, his education, his training? The young went into the street, how he started owning logging company in the 70s, then up to the 80s, then in the 90s during wartime, how he started trading in laws, to the knowledge of export in MPF, MPF territory. And so that qualifies him to be a managing director of the FDA. Is owning a logging company, is a forestry education or forestry school.
So, but yes, I read this almost the same article. I think the same article, but this article said he's no stranger. He's no stranger to the sector. I don't know, but this is based on. Are you just looking at the few? Let me put it this way. Are you not considering his experience within the sector? Is he just new to the sector?
The act that established FDA on December 20, 1978, Article 7, and not Article 7, Section 7.
Section 7.
Section 7 is clear that the managing director shall, in law, shall. It's application is compulsory. You don't beg someone when the law says shall professionally be qualified. Yeah, you don't say you should when he owns a logging company, then you have experience in the sector. When a logging company, I mean, you are a man in the sector. You know, the act does not say when someone does business for a long time in the forest sector or Liberia, then he is qualified to be the managing director. The Section 7 is clear. Professionally qualified in forestry, and when you're professionally qualified, you're not talking about BSc, you're talking about higher degree. That's why when you have BSc and going for your graduate study, they say higher education. That's what they're talking about. It's clear, absolutely clear. Qualified in forestry. Just when you stay around, you have logging company, then you trade them for so long, then you have knowledge. For instance, if I'm a contractor at GFK doing the architectural work, doing this, that, and supplying them medical equipment or instruments, that for a very long time, that does not qualify me to be the medical director, the chief medical officer of GFK.
That different thing you're bringing in now. I think we should focus on the forestry.
That's it.
Yeah, but
if you don't see any, why does it? Because somebody stay around a traffic market there, a former president house there, and because you have been selling fish for a long time, you have fish all over Liberia. They are qualifying you to be NAFDAC director general.
So what? Why are you guys? What? So is this a first time for someone outside of the association or outside of that discipline to lead the FDA?
This is not the first time, but all along they've been wrong. This is not the first time.
But why are you raising this up now?
I think foresters, awareness has increased, and then we have had enough in this sector. This has killed FDA for so many times. Like the former managing director that just left, who's a bachelor's degree in political science, always talking about forestry. So there's not only in here, we go for international conferences. And I know places where people go for international conferences, and then I will cease for managing director of forestry. Managing director is empty. For instance, in May/June last year, when we were in Ethiopia at the AU headquarters, for the forestry conference of the Caribbean, African Pacific nations. We, the experts, went ahead. On the second day, forestry directors and EPA directors had to join up from all inside the facility and other things. Our FDA director didn't go. If the director didn't go, the seat will empty. These are issues. Because there you don't play politics outside there, you can play your politics inside here.
Oh, okay. So have they actually affected the FDA asking or nominating people outside of this discipline, outside of the forestry? Have it actually wounded this this agency?
Absolutely. When someone is there and they don't supposed to be there, they're not trained in that sector, they don't know what to do to begin with. It's just that you have a round hole and you put a square peg in it. Yeah. That's what we are saying. We are high enough. That's why FDA is down. And many people are FDA to the FDA staff don't accept this man, but they want to protect their job. And the Department of Forestry is a stakeholder. I'm an expert in forestry. I hold a PhD in forestry, specializing in forestry law and administration. I did my thesis on Liberia. I keep playing on one company on my thesis for FDA administration. So you don't treat the sector like this. We understand the man and the president have been friends for over 14 years. Yeah, you take care of your friends, but you don't put any critical areas that at the expense of the country. That be detrimental to the society. You're killing the profession.
So
that's why students in England came out on Friday. I didn't know the US sent me on the train. I went to the summit also informed me to review the curriculum of the Forestry Training Institute there. But I saw them on Facebook. Four students and college students protesting. And then I called, what happened? And then they told me. Then I met them, they took them to prison. I mean, they are clear. You know, somebody has a pathway, walk in the pathway, then you leave, you want to move on the law. But I think the president, knows far better. There's something going on. I don't think president, what can you say is the word of this thing. I met the president, when your president elect, I think a week or two before you know condition. And we talk, and I respect him for that. So I think he will listen. It's not about any individual. It's about the sector. Give forth an MP who is a forester, professionally qualified according to the act. That's what we want. I don't know, Mr. Mirage. This is not personal, but this is professional.
But I want to ask again, where were you guys when where were you? Where was the association when Mr. Moses Wogbai was appointed to that position, when Mr. Mike Doyen, who was also appointed in 2018, who you earlier mentioned that he did political science. Yes. What were you people? Did you raise up issues like the way everything is, up in the sky right now? Everyone is talking about it. Change the MD, the managing director designate. Where were you guys? Did you raise up issues?
Yeah. I said earlier that, I mean, I think the awareness in this contest has increased now, and it has to seem that some people for some time will get people to think about it. And for example, when this thing was happening, I was not in that area. I was staying in school in Nigeria. Well, this is
Chief, can you find somewhere? Can you find somewhere to stand? Because it's like, I don't know whether you are on bike or moving a vehicle.
No, I'm not on bike. I'm in my yard. I'm in the yard of, I'm in the yard, the UN campus. I'm still at work. I'm in the yard.
Oh, okay. It sounds like you are either in vehicle or on a bike, but it's very disturbing.
No, I'm far from the road. I'm on a tree.
Okay, I think it's a breeze. So maybe you could just stay in a position so we can do this quickly.
Yeah, I am sitting. So
okay.
Mr. Wooler, Mr. Wooler is a forester. Mr. Wooler is a forester, but he was removed because of, if you can remember, that was in 2012/2013, the PUP Sangar that was in FDA, when concession that should have been giving honor the foreign management contract licenses were giving honor the private use licenses. So that's kind of that corrupt act that was from Mr. Wobeta.
Okay, but he did forestry, but he was allegedly indicted.
Yeah, but you were indicted by Global Witness. I think you heard it.
Yes, Global Witness, and for awarding of forest concessions in the southeastern part of Liberia.
Exactly. Yeah, and after I was staying in school and I was doing my work here, and the Global Witness investigated myself several times. So when he left,
okay.
Yeah, when he left, the person they put there, was Harrison County. Mr. County is also not a forester.
You want to say that again?
I said when Mr. Woober left, who was a forester, but because you were in that day, you were involved in that corrupt act. Henceforth, they want to be bringing, have not been foresters.
Okay.
When Helen took over, the first person that Helen appointed, Mr. John Woods, who is now Professor Woods, he's not a forester.
Okay.
But at that time, I was in school. I joined the faculty of UL in 2017 when I finished, and they sent for me.
So, yeah, Koba, you have a question?
Yes. Sir, I want to ask a question, but I want us to first of all lay the basic. Have you knew Mr. Mirab to be in the forest sector?
I beg your pardon, please.
He's asking whether you have any idea of Mr. Mirab, whether he has been in the sector before.
The only idea I have about him is that he has been doing business in the forest sector as someone who owned timber companies before the war and during the war. That's what I know. And which that article I read and I mentioned that you say you read to mention. But I don't know him personally. But all I know, when he came out that he was appointed and we started following the story, he said he has been a timber business there. That's all.
I learned that he did faces.
He did faces, BSc in faces.
Okay.
That's the issue. BSc in faces. So I mean, in other universities, in other countries, serious countries, issue like this is the pattern of run out of, you run out of professional. For instance, they run to the university. We need so and so. That's how my former university, my alma mater university of Ibadan, the PC that signed my master's degree. That's how you begin the first minister during the first tenure of President Buhari. They went to the university and said, we need someone to be the head minister. That's how he took in. People go to the university. If you don't have foresters, let them come to the department. We got 10 here that got master's degree, and 2 of us here got PhD.
So if you are... You want to do follow-up?
Yes, I want to do a follow-up.
Yeah.
So, sir, the reason for which I asked the first question is often seen in Liberia where people who will have the paper, they are not often to the task of performing a particular job or where they have their paper. Are you basing your argument on he can do the work, but he don't have the credential? Is that what you are basing your core on?
That the act does not say somebody can do the work, somebody can experience, then is qualified to be FDA managing director. The act does not say that.
But does the act request that you should have a BSc degree before serving in the MD position?
No, the act says the person, as said on section 7 of the act says the person to be managing director of forestry development authority should be professionally qualified in forestry. And when we are professional in the area, a professional is a person who has attained higher education and training in that particular area that is in question.
Okay, so if you were asked to recommend someone to that agency, what would be your recommendation?
We got, I just mentioned we got 10 years and only master's degree. We are here. Then you ask me to recommend someone.
I want you to be specific. You can even call your name if you can even call your name. I mean, there are 10, but yeah, I mean, you can call names. Feel free.
Yeah. When they want us to recommend people from the department, they for now the most senior, in fact, the most senior who even went outside. The guy master degree from outside, who said master degree in public economics and management, Professor Jeremy Nenka is the one I would recommend.
Wow.
Yes.
So what's about you now? I'm looking out for you.
No, I mean, for me, it's not actually a question. I want a professor to be there. Even Jeremy Nenka here, I can recommend Mr. James Paddock. If we had me here, we got my own plan. Master degree process from the University of the Philippines. We got everybody. A master degree process from the University of the Philippines.
All right, sir. Yes, we're about to take leave of you in the next few seconds. You want to give your parting comment?
Yeah, my party and comment I want to do is that the president assure us things is sooner and European aggressive. But we will not do that as usual. We will not implement according to the rule of law. The FTA Act is a law. And so this law violation of this law. And then it is treated by appointing somebody, the one who just left, the first degree in legal science, and then another one coming, the BSc in physics, is the president as usual that he mentioned that he wouldn't do his right he's doing. But I'm sure he's listening, and I respect him. Something might have gone wrong. I don't think it's a well of this thing. You cannot report to him.
Okay. Okay. All right, Chief. Thanks, Dad, for honoring our invitation. Okay. Okay, so we're trying to establish contact with Rachel Williams. He's reporting that aggrieved workers on Saturday. Aggrieved workers of Western Houston Limited on Saturday protested in the streets of Commonwealth, calling on the President Bouacar to immediately put a halt to the operations of the company. Until the MDA can be revisited, that's the Mineral Development Agreement. Well, let me bring on Joyce. Joyce, how you doing? Yes, and we shall be here on Friday. Where were you, Joyce? Mm-hmm. You meant PULRAL because nothing happened to PUL. Yeah, when Daniel they just stepped down. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's what RAL, right? Did you also attend the symposium that was held under the theme promoting responsible journalism for social economic development, organized by the RAL and Aslamita? You want to talk about that? So where's the money going? You asked that question? Okay. And what was the response of the person who responded? You don't want to speak to that? Okay. Hmm. And you said that over there, your hair never rise? You have hope on your skin? Mm. Okay, so listen to this one before we can take Rachel Williams from Mommy. I'm about to call you. I'll call
You not signing a contract over the raise the issue. But yes, what you sign your contract? Who raised the issue to the contract, Tony?
Okay, just hold on. Okay, so you just listened to soundbite by I Grieve Workers of the Western Cluster. On Saturday, they protested in the streets of Thommenberg, and they called on the president to immediately pull halt to operations until the MDA, that's the Mineral Development Agreement, can be revisited. And we have Rachel Williams from Bromley County this afternoon. So it's good to have you on.
Good afternoon, Anthony. It's good to join you and to say good afternoon to the people of Liberia following the show right now this afternoon.
Okay, tell me, where are you currently? Which part of Bombing?
I'm currently in Tugmanburg. I'm calling you from the yard of Puma FM in Tugmanburg, Bombing County.
Oh, from Puma FM. Okay, so what has let me put it this way. how many times have you seen aggrieved workers protesting for their due benefits in Bomi?
This is about the third time now since the inception of a Western cluster operation here in Bomi County that the workers have come up and calling on the company. Protesting for their benefits, protesting for increment in their salary. And this one coming this on Saturday, it was the biggest protest so far because the protesters or the workers took the street of Tugbenbra at the time they are already getting to know that the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai, were in the county to spend the weekend. And so the protesters in their numbers came into the street, got to the street of Tugbenbra, and they were marching going towards the house or the home of the president, but they were stopped on the way by the joint security that they could not allow them to go to see the president. So in that vein, they instructed few persons, or the president instructed someone to meet the protesters, and so that they could have 3 or 5 persons to serve as delegates so that they could go and have a conversation with the president. But at the end of the day, that conversation, those that went there did not come in time to give the information to their colleagues, and so the protest exacerbated later on in the afternoon hours, where the remaining protesters that left in the square of Tugbenbra returned at the main entrances of the company, where they set ablaze tires and they started vandalizing some of the properties, of the company. So they were later on arrested and placed behind bars. So as I speak to you currently, about 8 persons were arrested by the joint security, armed security, are currently behind bars, and today the police decided to send them to court later on.
Why were they arrested?
They were arrested because they set ablaze, according to the police, they set ablaze tires at the premises of the company operations. Where the company is operating, where they have their expatriates. The protester went there, and at the front of the place, they set ablaze tires, and they decided chanting slogans calling on the company to either go or they should improve, the working environment for the workers. So while they were doing that, the information got to the security, and so they came in there with their pickup, and they arrested 8 of the protesters, and currently they are behind bars here in Tugbenbra.
Okay, so operation is still ongoing because they were calling for the president to put halt to the company's operations.
Yeah, and so this morning I saw a few of the workers, and they said they were going in the media of the company. Some of them said they were only going there because they were not going to work, but they were only going there to stand there, and as they stand there, they want to remain there until they see something better happening for them. But the representative of the district, where the company is situated, Representative Obida Van, came later on doing the protest on Saturday, and told the protesters that they were right to protest, and because he said himself had observed over the period of time that the Western cluster is not operating, from the mineral development agreement, which is the MDA that the company has contravened. The MDA, in fact, they are not benefiting the county, and so he told the protesters that they were right, and in fact, in the coming days, it will cause him to also lead, a protest that the company do the best in the interest of the county. That's why he said to the protesters yesterday. For me, I believe from my own background as journalist that because of what the lawmakers said yesterday, that's why increased, that protest action that the protesters continued at the site of the company. So at current as we speak, the 8 guys are in the police custody, but there has not been an official, since the meeting held yesterday with the president, there has not been official statement coming for later on today. You see, there was, information. There was information that came from the president towards the protesters or for the future of the mineral agreement here in Bonny.
Those who went to represent the group, have they spoken? Because you said they delay, and those who were waiting on them to get information, they went back and started to protest. Have they spoken? Because I think after a few hours later, the president left, but did they come back to the group? Have they said something?
Officially, they have not said anything yet to the group, but in script colors, because when they came out, they started at that time. Now the entire issue has so started after they have already arrested, the few guys, and they put them behind bars. So like coming by, they could not convene officially and call their police to bring word to them. But they have been saying one or two things in few corners of our ears, pick a few things that the president told them to calm down, and that he was doing everything possible to ensure that the company work in the interests of the citizens.
Okay, so we're about to take leave of you. Is there anything that you want to let us know this afternoon?
Yeah, so we just say that you continue to join us, that we bring you information relative to the operations of the company and also any other development that we emerge here from Bomi County.
Joyce, do you have a question? Yes. Or
because with things like this happening, the company themselves will come out with a statement that, oh, we want to see how the company is operating. Is there anything like that happening?
You're talking about official statement from the company?
Yes, these people protested. They were in the streets, and they also they arrested.
There has not been an official statement yet from the company since the situation yesterday. There has not been any official comment coming from the company. But for the matter of fact, Magdalene, the company, since the insertion of the company up to present, there is nothing called public relations department or corporate department where maybe when the journalists want to get good information and they can get there,
You're joking.
So that has been another
Richard Williams, you joking. There you wanna say that again?
I want to say that again, Magdalene, that since this company came in, to say this is the person who is the public relation officer for the company, we have not seen that person yet. And up to present, in fact, it has been like an issue now in the country because civil society and other groupings are calling the company that you have to have, a department or a communication department where people will be able to get information coming from the company to the citizens. So up to present, as we speak, there is nothing called public relations department with Western operation here. So information you have to know, either you go to one of the person who have been employed, either the black employed, before either they give you information or you reach to either the Indian guys.
Wow. Okay, sir, it's good to have you on. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow if anything comes out from Bomi.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, trying to establish contact with the station manager, our own Central Liberia analyst, Emmanuel Degler. Jacob came from Long County. I'm trying to get in contact with you. You need to try and find some yes, find connection. All your numbers seem off. Hey, Radford Gardiner, how you doing, sir? Why you going back, Maryland? Okay, so let me bring one of our correspondents on. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Magdalene. Good afternoon.
Okay. Yes. Osman, are you in Tacoma too? Oh, okay, very good. So, you we got information that an elderly man was allegedly hit by a commercial vehicle. So, how is his status? So, how long he was there? Before, I mean, because that whole area is somehow um not many people you see, around that area. If that's where I'm we're talking about, the place is like Muslim. Not many people you see moving as well as maybe for people.
Bomi County, he immediately sent officers and other health workers came up and took him currently as we speak. He's in Bayer, one of the health facility responding to treatment.
So why is the alleged perpetrator?
Well, I spoke with the commander of Jacket. So he told me this morning that yes, the vehicle was arrested immediately because the guy, that's not the run.
And he is in Kema, right?
Yeah, he came by yes. So he hit the road and didn't stop. So he, according to the commander, they have arrested the vehicle immediately. So he will be bringing the vehicle to Jacket for further investigation.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So yes, we're about to take leave of you. Is there anything you want to add up? Oh yes, I'm really interested in that. Where is the alleged perpetrator?
So the alleged perpetrator has been reported as a person in prison prior to speaking trial. And we got this information the lady passed like I told you before. So what happened in Red Nurse? There's a very important justice. Yes. This morning, we had a person our radio station or radio phone
Okay, sir. Thanks for the information. Okay. Okay. So if we can establish contact with our other correspondents, we will open the lines to place in your calls and tell us what you make of the conversations we've had from our correspondents and as well as our online guests from the University of Liberia here on forestry. Dr. Johnson Giblin, an expert in forestry. And he said, I don't think the president is aware of this, but they should come at the University of Liberia and we have 10 professionals or even more to recommend. Well, President Walker has said no business as usual. That's from the Association of Liberia Foresters. Okay, so just listen to this one before we can open the lines to place in your calls and tell us what you say on the discussion. Very soon we'll be going to the US to speak with Mr. Gabriel Williams. Yes, Mr. Gabriel Williams will be with us by 4:15. Yes, did I say 4? No, I said 4:15. All right, listen to this one. Really late. Okay, all All right, so you can place in your call to 0777 25 38 19. 0777 25 38 19. 0777 25 38 19. Yes, 0777 25 38. You sent it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, 0777 25 38 19. Okay. Let's get this one as we prepare to take Mr. Gabriel Williams this afternoon. Okay, sorry, I missed a call. Okay. Okay, yeah. Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm. Mhm. Okay, but they have an act that created the FDA, and Section 7 says the MD shall be professionally qualified in forestry. So I think yes, the issue with the respect for the rule of law is, is essential. But I'm not saying Mr. Mirad is, is nowhere to the sector. He's not a stranger to the sector. He might have his experience. But this act that created the LP is asking anyone who sits on top, the number one person should be a qualified person in forestry. If it was created, if it was created 1976, and I wanted to even ask it whether it was amended. If it was not amended, then we have to, stick to what it was. But do you are you aware that it was amended? In which year, if you can help us with the year that it was amended, because this act was created in 1976 in December. So if it was amended, I don't know. I have no idea on it, but maybe you can help us with the year that, and maybe they could try to look into it. Hmm. Okay, but we'll do our research and see whether yeah. Okay, sir. Thanks for placing your call. Okay. Hello. Yeah, Chief, gotta step away for your monitor. Yes, sir. I'll be with you. Mm. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. I did. I did not wake you up. All right. This, let me say, hello. Yes, sir. It's an, it's an, it's an allegation. It's an allegation. Okay, Chief. Okay, sir. Thanks for placing your call. Hmm. The calls are jamming. Don't tell me my phone freezing. Hello?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay, I'm calling from Italy and I'm calling from
Okay.
president.
Oh, that why you yelling? That's why you yelling? That's why you yelling? You yelling at people changing names? Wow. Okay. Hello. Yes, sir. Yeah. The first, yeah. The first, I think they are protesting. Some of them called me yesterday and we trying to arrange for them to come over. Yes. They would also like to speak to the Mr. Formula, your representative from that area, from Kurama district. Okay. Yeah, that's why I was told until further investigation can be done. We need to ask him. Okay, okay. Thanks for placing your call. Hello. Yes, sir. But yes, that's a serious concern. But I think we have representative from the Senate. I don't know whether they are in attendance. I have no idea whether Senator Snow is there. I don't know. I don't have idea on whether Senator Alex Tyler is also there. I have no idea. But yes, it's of a serious concern. But I think we have representative. If the president is not in attendance, I don't know whether they approve with authority to sit in for not in this position now, but to represent Nigeria. Maybe we could check up on that and come up with the information tomorrow.
And we take it serious, we will not relent our voice will be held because this president, there are a lot of mistakes are coming. We will not sit back and watch our people.
Okay, okay. So there's an extraordinary summit of the ECOWAS Authority of Peers of States and Governments on the political peace and security situation in the region currently being held in Abuja. All right, thank you. Let me take the last one. Hello. Yes.
the president of the first thing I want to say that for constitution, if you press on contrary to act and I think the president
Okay, thank you so much for placing your card. Because it's a day, we cannot take any more calls. I'm sorry. We are actually running into time, and Mr. Gabriel Williams is catching it so difficult to come on. I don't know. That's another BBC born before computer. We'll take the paper. All right, so we'll be taking Mr. Gabriel Williams. Yes, Chief, you have to come on. I see the link. So we'll be taking him at 4:30, but we have to do this the last, but not the least. Daniel Soni, one of our students, who will be defending for the next 4 minutes. Yes. You just want me to talk because you want me is a remote control. You already know what it's supposed to be. Oh yes, living in a crazy world. While others are celebrating, others are mourning, others are crying, others are grieving. While others have appetite, others are hungry. While others are sleeping, enjoying their sleep at night, others are sitting down and not sleeping, coming out. They have to go for prayers or they have to go to the hospital for, I don't know whether that can be treated as well. Yes, some people don't sleep at night. And because of that, they will dream and be so worried because while others are sleeping, they don't sleep. It's a crazy world. While others have food to eat, they have no appetite. The others have appetite, they have no food. Others are sick, the chief priest is sick, and while others are well. Others are in prison, while others are out moving about. It's a crazy work. When my mother passed away, we got in the car to go to town to go and set up, get banner and stuff like that. And when I'm breathing in, I see other people having fun and listening to music, they say moving about. So I said, but this world is so, it's a crazy world. Look, I mean, it's like, if people don't know what you are going through, even so nice to know what you are going through, I mean, it takes someone to feel the way you feel. Yes. But let's join Daniel Sonny. Joyce. Okay. Yes. You want. Yes. So this guy, he looks good, and you know whether he was in his nice pursuit, and then we board the same vehicle. So why going to tomorrow junction? I think we're going to town, and then he said to us, "See how his daughter, okay, she is on now, how his daughter passed away." Yes, like 2 days or 3 days ago. And he said, "Wow, he's here." He said, "How is it?" But when you see it, you don't know whether he's going through some kind of mental problem or some kind of bad situation. You don't know. So sometimes the facial expression of people whether this person is okay or the person is not okay. Sometimes people are going through a lot, but they are happy, they are moving about. You say, oh, they have everything to their disposal. But Mr. Gabriel Williams is on, and we were taking by 4:30. He actually had some difficulty in coming on, but by 4:30, so we'll have a 25 minutes conversation and then our callers 5 minutes to place in their call. Thanks, sir, for coming on. Good afternoon for Liberia.
Good morning, Magdalene. You and your team. I see. Are you guys seeing me clearly from where I'm at? I'm in my kitchen.
Oh, you in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Like you.
I'm actually sitting at my dining table here. Am I clear enough?
Yeah.
Am I visible enough? The picture is okay because it looks dark from my end.
No, I'm seeing you. You
Okay.
have a nice shirt on. We got a
Okay.
spectacle on.
Okay.
And you say you are in your kitchen. You did breakfast this
Yeah.
morning?
No, I am in the kitchen. I haven't really had breakfast. I'm not your regular breakfast person, but I've had a cup of tea, and then I have to do my run after this. A little exercise from here to the park and back, and then I do some other engagements and then work.
Okay, so where are you
It's in the
currently?
morning here, actually.
Where are you currently? Which state are you in?
I am in Sacramento, California. Sacramento is the state capital of California. Even though you have Los Angeles, you have San Francisco, all these major global cities, but Sacramento is the state capital. Completely different from many of the other places in terms of how things go about here. It's you come here, you're in the capital.
Okay, Chief, it's good to have you on. We're going to have a wonderful discussion. We'll give you all of the time to deliberate, at least 20 minutes to deliberate, 5 minutes to take calls, and then 5 minutes to conclude. But we have the student in studio. I meant to bring you on and then put him on. And he's Daniel Sonny. He's going to be presenting for at least 4 minutes. He on a topic. It's a term paper defense. And
Okay.
then here, I think you can also see Cooper Sangar. He's also an intern. And then
Okay.
on the other side, you see a lady there. She's a Joyce, a journalist from Bone County. So we are
Okay.
all here, a wonderful team, and we will be glad to ask you a few questions with regards to trending national issues.
I am, very much delighted, Magdalene, as always, and it's good to see these young people coming in. It shows that progress is steady instead of in spite of the challenges, and I thank God for them, and I hope that they will come in to make the difference in the media landscape as we move our country ahead. So thank you all, and good to see you.
Okay, Daniel, you can start. 4 minutes. I'm looking at the time, and then yeah.
First, let me say thanks. Let me commend the ministry of the Mozambique School of Government Journalism, Mr. Sedi and Sis Magdalene, for in society. My name is Daniel Sosasoni, and I'll be presenting on the topic the role of journalists during an electoral process. Journalists play a vital role during election process by providing citizens with accurate and unbiased information. Uh, Without journalists today, political parties, candidates, agenda will not be heard to the public. During election, journalists monitor the political process to ensure that politicians adhere to wishes and avoid abusing the position that they have as a politician. Look at the free press today. Free press is important because it helps to ensure that information is not hidden from the public and voters are not kept in darkness today. Only free press can give access to the public to give information. During election, there are some rules that journalists follow during the election process. One is that to ensure accuracy. How many journalists today provide accuracy in the information? How many of them are truthful? We talk about neutrality today. How many of them are fair? Honesty. We talk about moral, the attitude, trustworthy. How many of them are trustworthy today? Journalists should also be aware of what the legal framework, the agenda, the voter registration. In addition to provide objective coverage today, journalists should also be accountable to the public and put voters and integrity of electoral process at the center of the reporting. Do not put personal or interest whenever you are reporting as a journalist. And also, journalists can also affect election results. How? Journalist coverage can influence voter opinion and perception for candidates, which can ultimately affect the outcome of election. And also, journalists can affect voter behavior by influencing the information that voters receive and the way they interpret it. And also, in conclusion to this, journalists can make significant impact on election results by influencing voter opinion and perceptions to candidates. And also, journalists go through so many challenges during the process. One is that journalists are often targeted by political activists and treated and attacked them for reporting on the activities of political parties and candidates. And journalists can also face challenges related to access to information they may encounter, for example, through debate. We look at our, as a professional journalist, we look at a legend, which is John O'Connor, wherein he had to conduct a debate. Some politician will wait for a party minute, and which is not right. In addition, journalists face challenges related to logistics, transportation, to go out to get information. If some have difficult to reach out to even politicians to reach to places to get information. And even if you waiting to get information from politicians or from parties, some information cannot be provided based on the person. The party will say, oh, the person will say, I can give you the information, and Spushako is forbidding.
To conclude.
Mm-hmm. How can
The government ensure journalist safety.
So there are recommendations, right? Recommendations. Go to your recommendations now.
Safety is to provide them with proper training. How many of us today are coming on the field are trained? The government don't have access to journalists. They are not providing training for journalists. Two, another way to ensure journalist safety is to provide them with legal protection. Government should enact laws that protect journalists from harassment, intimidations, and violence. Journalists can enhance their digital safety by limiting unwanted messages.
All right, thank you. Okay, so just stop right there. What was the topic again?
The role of journalists during the election process.
Okay, so you got something to say quickly?
No, I just want to comment.
No, then you ready yet? Like comment, you won't comment, man. Yeah, Joyce. Mm-hmm.
For the mobility aspect, I would love to tell him that whenever you want to get an information, you need to put in your heart to do it. Whether the government is providing or not, your duty is to get that information. You're right. So you have to get it. You're right. But I will look at it.
How you call? Take note.
Yeah, I'm taking note. Also, as got what you said.
So let me just add up to it. You holding the government responsible to provide training for journalists. Granted, I'm with Truth FM. Truth FM is supposed to ensure that my capacity is built. That is it. They're supposed to ensure that I attend training, that they provide in-house training and send me out for training. Then the government too can also provide open avenue for journalists to also benefit from there. So it's not only with the government. They have a state radio. They also have private institutions. So for the private institutions, they are not receiving subsidy from the government. They are not receiving support from the government, right? So you can say that government should kind of pay your disability workers here. Everything is on him. Okay. Researcher take note, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we know that the private and out of the government institution. But do you know that the private institution provide more information than the government?
Oh, you asking me again? Daniel, you fail.
No.
Daniel, you fail. You're not graduating. All right. Thank you. You can have your seat there so we can all interview that together. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and you're also troublesome, and you got so much headache. And I think Mr. Sally is also proud of you all. Thank you so much. But you fail. Just know that you fail because he asking me. He taking no, he asking me. You see, Daniel?
I apologize on his behalf.
Joyce, Daniel is asking me. I'm asking he asking me. Okay, all right. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Doc. It's over to you now. Let's talk about this. Oh, gotta unmute him, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Chief.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah. So it's over to you now, and we are going to talk about the student issues. We'll give you enough time, at least uninterrupted, 5 or 6 minutes or more, to tell us what is your own take on these tenure issues. But I have a little document here, not a little, I'm sorry, but the Supreme Law of Liberia, Article 56. Let me begin with this. It says, all cabinet ministers, deputy and assistant cabinet ministers, ambassadors, ministers, and consuls, superintendents of counties, and other government officials, both military and civilian, appointed by the president pursuant to this constitution, shall hold their offices at the will and pleasure of the president. The will and pleasure of the president. Yes. So, and I'll read a few more lines just on a later basis. This article was written by Councillor Serena Seafirst in, I think, 2018. It says, no tenure positions for public officials under Article 56 of the 1986 Constitution. This opinion is intended to define the unfettered powers granted the President of the Republic of Liberia under the 1986 Constitution, which includes the power and authority to appoint at will and dismiss without cause or his pleasure, deems fit, or public officials where it is constitutionally applicable. So there is this issue of tenure. I think you've been following because you usually follow activities. Yeah. So we want you to respond. I can say I'm not connected to anyone, and even if I had connection, The right thing should be done. The right thing should be done with respect for the rule of law. So let's hear for you, Dad.
Thank you very much, Magdalene. You and your wonderful team of young and upcoming journalists. To the young journalists who read this report that we just listened to, I wanted to help pronounce a couple of words that I listened to. By the way, your report was really beautiful. You had your issues, your arguments, and everything in place. I didn't, of course, because of time, you didn't go through all through your recommendations, but it's a very good report. But pronunciation is very important, and you'll hear about diction. And there are a couple of words that I picked up, and I just wanted you to know. For example, in the area where you say the press has of, what you call it, it should be the press has a vital role. Vital, VITAL, vital role. And then the other one is honesty, HONESTY, honesty. It's not the ish is not pronounced, not home. It's honesty, honesty. You are honest. You are earnest. Honesty, HONESTY, honesty. Then the other one too is logistics. Journalists are faced with logistical challenges. It's logistics, LOGISTICS. Now, of course, the other issue where you talk about the law, where journalists need the opportunity to be able to do their work without harassment, without their speech being used, so sanction them. That's exactly one of the issues that happened in our country recently regarding Ambassador Julie Andy and Prophet Key, and we'll come to that. But first, let's start with the question of the tenure situation. You see, Magdalene, thank you for going through that legal aspect, the Constitution and the constitutional provision about these positions and appointments. That is very important. But here it is. Laws are not written in stones. Laws, if that were the case, you would not have statutes and other provisions that are, enacted or promulgated, to be able to help, move the country. The issue of the tenure, there was a wisdom behind this whole thing. Here was a country coming from war, and I want you to listen. And you may not, people out there may not agree with what I'm saying. Here is a country coming from war, and look at our country right now. The whole system of governance broken, and we've been trying to rebuild it. The merit system is completely out of the door. And just the clamor for position that you find in this job, whether people qualify, they not qualify, everybody want a job. Because why? They help to elect Joseph Walker. And everybody else who are in their job, they will be kicked out so that the new people will come in. This is not how you run a country. And I think it is against this background. And the issue with the tenure, our international partners,
On mute.
I think he unmuted himself. He muted himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from your end. You muted. You got yourself muted.
Am I clear now?
Yes, you muted yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I don't know how long it took. But what I was trying to say is that when the Liberian War ended, the whole country crumbled. And we inherited a dysfunctional system of governance. Everything broke down. The first thing, when all the warlords came, They form government after government, and depending on what government and what warlord you belong to, or what warrior faction you belong to, and depending on how many territory you held, whether or not you have qualifications, they put them in jobs. When the war ended, the international community tried to help us to put structures back in place. They wanted certain positions, the Liberian, people, leaders, with the support of the international community, saw the need to put aside certain positions, identify certain positions where, those who will occupy those positions, for example, the Governance Commission, the Anti-Corruption Commission, all of these places, for example, where the leaders would not be forced, you will not have undue political pressure on them, so that they will be able to operate independently. Take, for example, Mr. John Molu Jr. Imagine the transformation that fellow brought in trying to fight corruption. Today, he stands out, as unparalleled, in his fight against corruption, because he will not be holding to the government. The international community chipped in. So, to what extent that these entities now that are existing, where we have these tenures, there are challenges. They do not work in line with the appointing power of the president, as designated in the Constitution, which Magdalene just read. I think people should allow wisdom to be brought to this situation. And this problem that we face now started from Mr. Weah, when he went and decided to bring his friends and other people and remove tenure people from these positions. They went to court, and based on the merit of their argument, as per this point, this aspect of the Constitution Magdalene just read, the court agreed with them. And so they started moving people. They started bringing people who have no competence. Look at the mess the country is in right now. So this new government comes in, and I just hope that, in light of the fact that Mr. Weah has messed this thing up, and I also understand that the Weah government tabled, a bill at the national, the national legislature, seeking for a repeal of these tenure positions, those tenure positions that are not in keeping with the Constitution. I think that was not right. All you can do is to make the necessary adjustment. And I started my argument with the premise that laws are not written in stone, and we keep making a mistake in Liberia. Take, for example, the Federal Commission, Communications Commission, FCC in the United States, that regulate media activities, airwaves and other things. The president appoints the chair and other members to that commission. And whoever president comes in, when the other people tenure expire, they bring them. You don't break the institution down because you say it is. For me, I don't know what it is, and I must agree that the legal counsel to the president, he was very brilliant. He came up with a very good argument as to why the government has to do what it got to do. But while we are doing these things, we cannot keep breaking down everything we have because it's not constitutionally applied. Our lawyers should understand that laws are not written in stone. So as much as we want to follow the Constitution, we must also understand that these statutes and laws that have been enacted by the national legislature, we must respect them. If there's a need for adjustment, we will do it. When it was not done right the last time, doesn't mean that we cannot do it right now. We cannot keep going around circles. The next government that comes, they're going to be throwing everybody out because of these kinds of things. And I do not support taking people from their jobs, especially people who are doing well, simply because you want to bring in partisan. Mr. Weah started this thing. He brought our country down, and we, the government in power now, is more responsible. I think they should be able to do the right thing and set the country back on the right course.
So, if I got it clear. So this whole issue of tenure is actually in the hands of the president to exercise his constitutional right.
Well, there is a need for both the national legislature. Of course, the court has its role, and they will interpret in keeping with the Constitution, which they have done as per the issues, that you alluded to. Thank you for, this is what I talk about in journalism. Do your research. And then when you come, people know how to respond. The public is giving you an opportunity like you have done. It's not just the president, it's the national legislature. My people, today is President Boakai. And there are a lot of people, he's under a lot of pressure to give jobs to people. And then, of course, Mr. We are left a lot of people who are not qualified, a lot of quacks who are nothing. They got them from the slum, from wherever, they gave them jobs. And they all helped to mess the country up. But, having said that, let's follow the process the way it's supposed to be done. If they don't do it right now, the next government that comes, they will take it upon themselves to do whatever they want. There are laws that have been enacted to assist the Constitution. If we want any change, let us do that. Let us not recklessly deal with it simply because we are now here. I disagree. And I do not want. And now coming back, there was a time when Jewel Howard told her, and they again, they came, she went to Bong, they went to other places, dismissing people from their jobs to give jobs to their partisans. These are the things that have brought them down today. We must set example. Do not go to these places and start firing people from their jobs simply because they didn't support the UP. This is not what it is. This government didn't come. I don't think President Boakai came into office, to remove people, other Liberians from their job, to give jobs to people who support him. That's not a Liberia I want. I want to see President Boakai succeed, but I do not want people losing their jobs because of people who just want to take jobs. This is not the right way. We must do it right, and we have to go back to the law. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, the respect for the rule of law.
Yes.
So yes, appointments are ongoing, and if you are following, there are these enchantments, and others have been confirmed, others are yet to be confirmed. So what's your take on out of the news surrounding these appointments?
Look, the whole thing again has become a real mess and a national embarrassment. The appointment process, the clamor for jobs. This is what I really cannot stomach. There are a lot of people who are running up and down here. It is about jobs, to take other people on a job for you to come and sit. Or CDC people, they're moving for us to come. This is not a Liberia that I want. I'm serious. Where you are, take LBS. You will go and move the people who are there if they're doing well because you say, they were there propagating, we are campaigning. You can't blame the reporters at LBS. When you look at the way LBS is structured, for example, the Boakai government comes there now, you will see the LBS will be tuning to Boakai's music. It is the reality until we can structure. So this is, I just using that as an example. We need to do it right. That's all I'm saying. This is not about coming, and I know the old man is under so much pressure to give jobs to these people. And this gives rise to all the mistakes that have been made. A lot of criminals, a lot of quacks are being brought back, given position when you go look, look at the guy who was being carried to the justice ministry to be the attorney general of our country. How can they do that? Now we understand he's been quietly taken to the labor ministry. I hope there will be outcry against that. We can't allow these people who violated the law, the Syringa Seaford types of people, they sanction, alleged criminal, their types, because he behaved so recklessly at the Justice Ministry until he got himself where he is. That document you quoted, he is, no more than a criminal, an alleged criminal, the Seafords of this world. We can't allow the behavior of these kinds of people to take our country down. So, let reason be brought. And I understand the eloquence of the advisor to the president, legal advisor. This guy, I'm telling you, is one of the best. He is good for the president, and he is proactive, and he is very convincing. Give him the microphone, and he can articulate the issues. What I'm saying is, why are they doing that? Let us look at the country. Let us look at the healing process. President Boakai definitely wants to run a country that will be healed for all of the mistakes that Mr. Weah made. Weah came in and they thought they had arrived. He barely went to work, and he had Samuel Toy and the other fellow in the Senate, Nathaniel McGill, running the country. He abdicated his responsibility, and they got the disgrace they got. So, let's move the country forward. Let reason come. Let responsible people now come in to run the country. Let's move the country from this kind of way, that will just continue to hurt and hurt and hurt and hurt. I'm not saying keep people in position that are not qualified. What I'm saying is let us bring reason to bear in how we go about this process. I know the president is under a lot of pressure to give job to his people, but let us not do it in a way that would turn everything against this very government. That's my 2-cent caution.
Okay. Yes. This is journalist. a journalist, right?
Yes, I'm a journalist. I'm a career journalist for life.
So he's the former Secretary General and President of the President of Liberia, and a founding member of the Association of Liberian Journalists. He has published The Heart of Darkness, accounts of Liberia's civil war and its destabilizing effects in West Africa. Mr. Gabriel Williams, a diplomat. Chief, I see you. It's like
you. Oh yes, I'm a diplomat. Yeah, I serve. Look, I served with pride and distinction for 8 long years at the Liberian Embassy in Washington D.C. as a senior diplomat. Attending presidential meetings from the White House to the State Department to everywhere. So this is why when I talk from that perspective. Even Vice President Walker himself, during his tenure as Vice President, his official engagements in Washington, from the State Department, wherever. We were there in the rooms. We participated in those ceremonies, and we conducted press conferences. During my tenure, you never saw the government want to speak out of line, because we did that with a measure, with reason. I would go to the president if I felt that an announcement was going to be made on something that I didn't think would go down in the interest of the country. I would respectfully tell Her Excellency, and the president respected me for that. People would not like you for those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, I do my work and I do it well. So if something is going well, we will applaud. We applaud the president, for the efforts. I see some life being brought, being breathed into the new government. In the wake of the induction of the first corps of officers, ministers, cabinet officials, and advisors, we see structure. And I just gave you an example. Of the legal advisor, and of course the young lady, the press secretary, who I'm really impressed. I watched her press conference the first time last week, and I was very impressed. And I like something she started where she announced that, for all of the press briefings, and I hope the marshal will find little tokens, little stipends for that they will bring journalists from reporter from each county, and there was a reporter from Bomi County, one of the radio stations from Bomi. They should do it from county to county to county to county. And I hope the Ministry of State will find some allotment, for example, $100, that will enable the continuity of this kind of program. And I also want to laud Estelle Liberty Camus, who just left LBS. I understand she was able to launch a new radio station, that is just dedicated to the Liberian native and Liberian languages and vernaculars. That is really good. That is really, really good. This young lady, she has competence. When things are going well, let's look at them. When they're not going well, we'll criticize. So I must applaud these 2 young people. They are the future in the Liberian media. And I hope the press secretary, she will continue, to be as proactive as possible, and I will advise her. If these journalists, they will put a lot of pressure on you, and if any question that you cannot answer, tell them you will find the answer. You are not compelled to answer to any question. That one thing I learned, as a as an official spokesperson, because whatever you say makes the news. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Chief, we have to interact with the public. I think we'll have to bring you on tomorrow to expand this discussion. You really have to come on tomorrow after taking your breakfast.
No, I don't mind. I'm always available. And thank you. After the inauguration, this is our first engagement, and I really appreciate that, especially dealing with the young journalists. They are my heart. Then I know that we are moving ahead. I wish them all of the best, just as I wish you. And you are being grown. And they, you are bringing them on. Getting them in this program. That is the way forward. Yes, I don't mind coming tomorrow. Just let me know.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
So
most
we're about to
welcome.
take leave of you. Parting comments?
Yes, again, I want to thank President Bouaka. We're seeing some sanity being brought to the process of governance. A lot of the slippages, they are being taken care of, especially following the induction of the first batch of cabinet ministers and the advisors. We want to see this steady continuity. He is a leader. There's a lot resting on him. The expectations are high because the country has gone down essentially. The country essentially collapsed under Mr. Weah. And this is why expectations are so high for President Bouaka to do the best. I think they should start off, my party comment, they should start off, those who are in charge of the government's communication, they should craft a communication policy that will, deal with day-to-day activities in the country, that will pivot the government's national development programs alongside the day-to-day events. If they fail to take hold of the narratives, I'm telling you, you will always have a lot of these things happening. And all it takes is a communication policy and, talking points and everything else being structured. So I wish them all of the best and very best wishes. Thank you so much for giving me the time and look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. And thank you guys, all of the young journalists out there. It's a great pleasure, talking to you this morning from my end, of course, in the afternoon from your end.
Okay, sir. Joyce, Joyce, are you there? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Yes. So we want to say thank you for following. Thanks to our viewers. Thanks to our listeners as well. I can take all we can put our leave. Let's acknowledge our viewers. Chancellor Thomas Livingstone, Joseph Kabir, My Giving Prince, Kona Kone, Kona Kone is watching for Nima. Quickly, Dennis, thanks for the hard work. Noyo Miller, watching for Marsha. Ofi, Jacob Kemo. Wow. We're calling you. Jacob he was watching too, Joyce. Yeah? Okay, but anyway, to work. Hey, Jacob Kemo, thanks, our born kind of correspondent. Also, Como, Wofi Conan, watching from Douala. Ansel is also watching from the Economy Freedom Fighters of Liberia Office, Louis Dacoman, Joseph Kabi. Thank you all so much for following. See you on tomorrow. The other segment resumes. That a Farad will be here along with Senator Tonoman, and others could join as well. If your time permits you, we can just send a link to you and then you can contribute for wherever you are. All right, folks, we have to go, Joyce. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so let me read the section 7 of the FDA Act that says officers, the authority shall have that's the FDA now. The FDA shall have a managing director and such other officers and staff as the board may determine to be necessary or desirable for carrying out its lawful function. The managing director shall be professionally qualified in first. He shall be responsible for the conduct of the general operation of the authority, and for that purpose shall exercise all powers delegated to him by the board, subject to the approval of the board with regards to senior officers and staff. The managing director shall be responsible for the organization of the staff and the appointment and dismissal of all officers. So this is an act created the Forestry Development Authority. He approved November 1, 1976 in Monrovia, published by Authority Government Printing Office, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Monrovia, Liberia, December 20, 1976. So they're already open. Ah, yeah, yeah, that's yeah. So we are looking out for that. Someone is giving me some tips of say it was actually review. I don't know, but yes, we could look out for that. But I'm thinking it's good because you the 1986 Constitution, 1986 Act. To tell you how old our laws are, the first one, the first Constitution, Article 1847 was suspended, and then we have a new one in 1986. So Liberia is not a yesterday country. So the reason why I'm saying that is because this is a law that that was brought forth, that was recorded, that was placed in a book in 1976. And not yesterday say, oh, you forget about the part and stuff like that. But anyway, with all due respect, so now what we read is Article 56 of the Liberian Constitution. It tells us that the president has the power. But we're going to leave it as that because we cannot talk about it too much. We'll leave it as that and everyone can get it. So more than what we have to do, yeah, we gotta go. Yes, we have to go. We have to go. So as you may be aware, the committee was set up to go into this whole tennis saga. All right. So on that note, we have to say good night. Thank you so much for following
We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old